This just in, another Blackpool resident was reported missing today in a case that continues to baffle local authorities.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing Escape from Ravenhearst, and I am doing a voiceover for this episode and the next one because I messed up on the recording yet again. So in the end of the last episode, Flood was typed in and it opened the door, and it didn't work, so I decided to do it again to see, and it worked. Let's see what Dalmir's up to. My worst nightmares don't hold a candle to the appalling scenarios I continue to encounter in this awful place. Mechanical doctors, nurses, and patients are now superseded by pregnant mannequins with a doll representing their lifeless offsprings. As if the horrors before me wasn't frightening enough, I've discovered the bellies of the life-size offspring figures can be manipulated with a touch of my hand. The entire place is one eccentric and thoroughly disturbing puzzle. I hope I can live long enough to solve it. Rear gate is locked. Stomachs can go up and down. How weird can this get? I would say it could get pretty weird. This is Dalmir. So let's see what kind of puzzle these bellies have. Obviously they have one. I was just clicking around to figure out what kind of pattern they had. And that's when I kind of figured it out. Pill and video.
Look at my pretty maids all in a row. Touch their bellies, make them grow. Pump them up all nice and neat. Earn yourself a delicious treat.
Dalmir is definitely something, isn't he? We take all the babies and it says I can feel something rattling inside the doll, but there's no way to see inside it, so at this point I remember that we can x-ray them. And at that point I was trying to grab something to write it down, so I had missed what it said. And then while we were here, I went ahead and put in the red pill, so they are now alive. Which I was trying to figure out if that meant anything to us, and also trying to remember how many pills we needed for the flu, which we need 5. And the birth certificate for Charles and Dalamir. So we go back to open the gates, and we can't. But there is a code which corresponded with the baby's numbers. 4592. And then I had to look at my notes and see which one was 4592. And then I ended up doing 4529, which you'll see here. And of course it didn't work. I don't know what I was thinking at that point. It took me far too long to figure out what I had done wrong, so... Switching the babies. Open the gate. And cue weird video.
Isn't she lovely, Detective? The miracle of birth is something I want you to experience.
No, thank
If
you.
you wish to live, you must first give life to me.
I feel like that's a bad idea. So on this one we were trying to figure out what to do. It took me far too long just clicking randomly to figure out what was clickable. And then here I found DNA, and I was trying to remember where the hell we saw DNA before. I was going through the notes to see if we had a note on DNA. We did not. And then I figure, why not go back to the room that we had to for the pills? Which was, in fact, the right answer, because then I clicked on these Charles Dalamir and found that DNA on there all have numbers, and all the A's I double-checked to make sure we're the same. And then we head back over to input them in the DNA. Which took me far longer than I'd like to admit. So I was trying to figure out which way everything was going. And making sure I was counting the right amount, because I think for a while I had N at 5 instead of 6, which was definitely the longest part. I had it at 7. It took me far too long to realize it was at 7. And then I moved it the wrong way, which of course I would. And at this point I was like, okay, well nothing's happening, so what the hell did I do wrong now? led me to my brilliant detective of, are these wires leading to different ones and I have to figure it out? To which, no, it says which is D, N, and A, so that is not what it was wrong. I forgot the buttons up at the top corner. There we go. And baby Dalmir. So I randomly clipped the wire because that's what you do in all of your best action movies. Trying to see which one I should snip first. If there was a pattern. There is a pattern, but this is not how you find it. Countless robot babies were not harmed in making of this. 3 wires form some kind of grotesque umbilical cord. And for some reason I clicked on the face. And I was like, okay, it says green, blue, red, or red, green, red, blue. What is it? Green, red, blue, green, red, blue. So I was like, okay, cut it in green, red, blue order. And that was still not what you're supposed to do. And at this point, I was getting fed up with it. And that's when I realized you had to do it in time with when the eyes were opening in that color. Little by little, I continue to unlock the abominations crafted by the unbalanced mind of Charles Dalmir. The man who enslaved Rose, Emma, and the twins now directed his madness towards me, the rat in this horrific maze. I fear the hospital is only the beginning of my trials, and refuse to give pause to imagine what terror lies ahead. I cannot help but feel guilty for the fate that has befallen the souls who followed me here. Without their help, I don't think I would have made it this far, yet I should have heeded their warnings and left while I had the chance. What the heck do I do with this? What do you do with a baby Dalmir? Apparently you don't give him to the mother. Foolish of me. So then I thought, what about the guy we're gonna kill? Well, at that instance, technically, I thought, okay, x-ray the baby. And you don't give him the baby either. Fun fact. So at this point, we use the key and unlock the next room.
Mommy, what's happening to me?
My intuitions proved correct about the locked-in noisy chamber where the ghosts are trapped. Unlocking the device brought forth a defying clatter of as menacing instruments sprung to life around me. Fluid drained from the tank containing the spirit of Rose's daughter, and just when I thought I'd saved her, the entire tank slipped violently into the recess in the middle of the marble floor. Presumably stumped, I need to collect myself before investigating a doorway revealed by the missing tank. And then we find the place for the baby. series of underground waterfalls would appear
Welcome
lovely
to my
if not for the
childhood home,
circumstance.
detective. This is where I was taught my place in life. This is where I learned pain and fear. How could you understand me without knowing how that feels?
Spankatronic. Doc Sparkins. There's another blue pill. I was trying to remember. I knew that we had to set it to a certain time for like tea time and stuff. And I was trying to remember it off the top of my head, and I couldn't. But we have wires that we have to, I'm assuming, tape together, usually in these games. And now we have to find 12 shifting objects. Breaks open the oven to give us another can of food, which we need in order of the one poster, but we can't put it in because we don't have batteries, so we don't have light to see what we're doing. So at this point, I remember that we have books we can put away, but of course we don't have all the books we can put away. So then we head upstairs and grab some more cans, looking at different bells, and then we have a puzzle here, which took me a long while to figure out. In hindsight, looking back at it, if I would have just tried to find, I think majority of the numbers are correct, and then some of them are 1 or 2 off, but I of course didn't recognize that pattern until after it was solved. Well, about more than halfway through, so it didn't really help me at that point. But I did enjoy this puzzle. It was a good one.
All you ever do is complain.
So stupid.
stupid.
All you ever do is complain. All you ever do is complain.
Once the puzzle was figured out, we got into the bathroom, which just looks amazing, doesn't it? Thankfully, there is no housekeeper making me collect such items. It's a throwback to 13th Skull. And then we're looking through the medicine cabinet where we find a battery and another blue pill. Continuing on down the hallway, we find another door with another pattern. And this pattern was easier to figure out. It still took me a little bit longer than I would have liked. But once that was done, we were able to access the lovely mother's room. Little in life has prepared me for the inexplicable situation I find myself in as I struggle to escape the confines of Charles Dalmir's bizarre playground. Within the second story of his mock childhood home, I've come upon a massive mannequin representing his mother, Abigail Dalmir. As if that wasn't horrific enough, the enormous puppet has been rigged to respond to my touch and occasionally erupt with verbal outbursts when I approach. A book, wedged beneath the mattress, looks like it belongs with the collection in the living room, but I am unable to free it from the weight of the mannequin. maybe I can find something to make her laugh harder. Because I should have apparently clicked on her before reading this, but I didn't. And that was the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode for another voiceover. And then after that, I have everything fixed, so when I go to record the next one, it should be fine if it doesn't break before then. I promise I'm gonna get my shit together and get better at recording and editing all these things. I'm going in for surgery, so I'm trying to pre-record right now, and then when I'm done recovery, I will hopefully do more recordings and get better at it. But I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.